Good evening. Welcome to another Tuesday night of transformation. Tonight we're going to be talking about family and just like healing, renewing, and doing a lot for family. Hi, Shawnee, welcome. And what really inspired me for tonight's group energy healing was the fact that Christmas is just a few days away. And for every single person, Christmas is a very different experience because we all have very different connections with our family. So sometimes we can, approach Christmas with a lot of excitement, and sometimes it can bring up different sort of different anxieties or different things like that because we all have different relationships with our families. So tonight is all going to be... Oh, hang on, I need to double check which profile I'm on. Hello everyone. Hello. I need to double check which profile I'm on. Am I on Just Fluid or I am on... Nope. Okay, sorry. I think I thought for a second I was on the wrong Facebook. The wrong Instagram profile. Hello everyone. Hi Sorene. Hi Reese. Hello. Welcome. So welcome again to tonight's energy healing. Sorry, I thought for a second I was on the wrong wrong Instagram. As we all approach Christmas, we can all view it with sort of like through different lenses. Sometimes we can be really excited to be spending time with family. Other times we can be, we can have different relationships with our family. So tonight's energy healing is going to be renewing and healing different energy family connections. And another inspiration for tonight's group energy healing was I did an energy healing a few weeks ago, and everyone, that was all about releasing and forgiving family, and everyone gave me really positive feedback on that. They said they really enjoyed that exercise, so I thought it would be really good to do that again tonight. Hi Steve, hello, welcome. Yeah, so family is such an interesting topic. For those of you who haven't worked with me before or haven't met me before, my name is Jess. I am a Theta healer and an energy healer. That's what I've been doing for the last 6 years, and I'm deeply passionate about helping people live more empowered lives, live more joyous lives, and live lives that they create and by design. And I do that by working with people one-on-one, working with the deep subconscious, clearing up old beliefs that we've inherited, picked up from group consciousness, and just doing a lot of inner work so our outer world can shift and change. And family, we've all got family to different degrees. We all have different experiences with family, and we share so much with our family. Not only have we shared space and time with them, but we share DNA, we share these long lineages, and much of our family is there for many of us during our formative years. So we pick up a lot from our family. We inherit a lot of beliefs, we inherit a lot of genetics, and a lot of our life experience and how we view the world is heavily shaped by our family. And also we've spent a lot of time with our family. We generally, for most of us, we've known our family for our entire lives for the most part. Everyone's got slightly different family situations, but we've got a lifetime of history, and it can be a lifetime of really good memories and a lifetime of maybe not so good memories. And sometimes over time, different things can build up in a way that, maybe it isn't we don't have the highest or the best experience with our family. Maybe there can be resentment and anger and disappointment. Things can build up. So I thought tonight we can release a whole bunch of stuff. We can do a lot of things on our end that will then transform how we view our family. Because I view relationships as like a tango. It takes two to dance. There's the energy that we give into the relationship, and there's the energy that the other person gives into the relationship. And then there's also how we both on each side view and pick up and understand and view the relationships on both sides. So there's a lot going on. And so yeah, this will be a really good video to watch now and then to rewatch anytime that you have a family gathering coming up and you just, if there's any old angers or resentments or different things sitting there, you can rewatch it, watch this video just to clear everything out. And I've designed tonight for people depending on different areas of your, for different stages or different ways in which your relationships are. Sometimes you have really good relationships with your family, and sometimes it can be a little strained. But this video, I've designed it for everyone, this energy healing. So no matter where you sit with your family, I think we can all benefit from helping everyone out. So where shall we begin? Hello everyone, welcome everyone who just joined. So for those of you who haven't joined before, it's all energy healing. So it's all very consent based. So I'll be connecting in with the group consciousness and doing healings on the group consciousness level. And if it's an energy healing that you're wanting to receive, and I do different energy healings that will work with your mind, body, soul, and spirit. And because we're all made of energy, and if it's something that, as we're going through this, if there's different exercises that you're wanting to participate in, or if there's different healings that you're wanting to receive, you just say yes to receive them, and it's you consenting to receiving the energy healing. Hello Rosalind, welcome. Okay, I'm going to start with asking a question. How excited are you guys to connect with your family over Christmas, or connect with your family over the holiday seasons, or connect with your family in general? 0 being like, oh, I'm really dreading this, or 10, super excited. Where do you sort of sit on that scale? I understand we're all gonna have, different answers, and there's no good or bad. It's just what is. But feel free to share where you're sitting, just so I can see where everyone's at, and I can connect in with your energy, and it helps me along. Our relationships with our families are always ebb and flow, right? Like all relationships take work. They take effort, and the things can be ebb and flow, shifts and changes. But what's quite cool with the work that I do actually spend a lot of my sessions, and quite a lot of my sessions are, I find a lot of my sessions are helping people. It's like a lot of the sessions are helping people with their family connections. A lot of work that I do with people is clearing up a lot of their family stuff so they can then go forward and flourish in life. It could be beliefs that they've inherited from their families that were quite limiting, or maybe there's an old relationship that they're having that's sort of holding them back from fully flourishing. So I do so much work with my clients over relationships. All right, Ancient Ether, you said you're 3 out of 10 of excitement. Nope, that's fair. Thank you. I appreciate the honesty. And Sorene, you said that you're a 2. Steve, you're a 10 of excitement. All right, so we're sort of all over the place a little bit. Hello, Rosalind. So we're all we've got having different experiences with relationships with our family. And I mean, family can be a wide range of things. We have our family that we're blood related to, and then we have our families that we choose, like the friends that we consider family, partners, the family, and then close friends. There's sort of different levels of family. There's so many different types of families out there. All right, Rosalind says she's a 10 out of 10 for excitement of seeing her family. Cool. So we're all in different places with seeing our families and connecting with our families. Hi, Lindsay. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Let me just connect into all your energies, and we'll see where we'll take things from here. Okay, first things first is I'm being told to talk about the meaning of family. And the meaning of family is these beautiful support network. It's kind of designed to be this beautiful support network where there's a lot of giving and receiving and helping each other flourish and grow. And what is Rosalind saying? You're 10 out of 10 of excitement for your family, but it's definitely not been always been that way for you in the past. Yeah, I agree, as I said, relationships always take work, right? So sometimes things ebb and flow, but things can turn around. Some happy things have turned around for you. Yeah, as I was saying, family is this, beautiful, can be this beautiful support network where you all sort of come together and you all like group together and you choose to be together to help support each other flourish and grow throughout life. It's this giving and receiving of support, of knowledge, of experience. It's being that shoulder to cry on. It's giving those pep talks. It's being accountable, sometimes being accountable to your family, but also holding each other accountable. Sometimes it is your family that needs to speak up sometimes about a few things. But family, when you look at through all the history of humanity, family's always generally been there it's also designed to be there to help lift each other up, help build each other. But also sometimes with family can come a lot of obligations. A lot of obligations or beliefs of who you think you should be, who you think you have to be loved and to receive support for your family. And also who you think you have to be for family. As all these generations have gone on, we've passed beliefs and understandings of what we each believe family to be down the line. And then over thousands of generations, we can sometimes pick up different obligations or limiting beliefs of what we believe family to be or who we think we have to be for our family. All right. May I teach you the true meaning of support? If this is something you'd like to say, just say yes to yourselves. And I'll send this to you on all levels, through your mind, body, soul, and spirit. So like support for family, support for the loved ones in your life is that definitely that give and take. It's a beautiful energy exchange, whether it's giving each other a lending hand, being an emotional support, being a shoulder to cry on. There are so many different ways in which we can give and receive support for each other. But with support comes a lot of free will, and it comes with a lot of choice. And it comes also with energetic boundaries. May I teach you what it feels like to have support with energetic boundaries as well as free will over how you give that support, how you receive that support, when you're available for support, and like that the way in which you go about facilitating support for your family. If you'd like to receive this, say yes. All right, Lindsay, something I've worked really hard is to give my mum the space to heal without being so hurt by the things she does cause by fear and pain. Yes, and Rosalind's saying knowing when to step in and when to step back. That's very true. A lot to do with family is that acceptance of who they are and where they're at. Sometimes we can ourselves feel like we have to be this certain perfect type of person for our family, but also sometimes we can have all these different I'm going to change what I'm going to say. Yeah, sometimes it is like with family, it is providing that space for your family to go through what they need to go through. And sometimes how they process things and how they go through things isn't as desirable as we want it to be, or it's not as healthy as we want it to be. We've all got our own life experiences that we've gone through, and we've all got our own wounds, we've all got our own triggers, and we've all got our own strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes we might have a strength in one area where we might be really good at handling something, and a family member, they may not have yet learned how to handle a situation or an experience in a really empowering way. Maybe they fall back on old maybe not so beneficial, so helpful or healthy reactions or responses to things, and it's just because they haven't quite fully learned, or they just maybe not fully aware of their actions and how their actions impact each other. And I think this is probably a really big part of family, especially when you look at your parents too. If you've done a lot of personal work and you've done a lot of inner work, in areas that maybe your family hasn't. Sometimes it can be kind of hard because you're like, oh, why are you responding to things in this way, and why are you handling this situation in this way? This isn't helping anything, but your family member is going through what they're going through with the best of their abilities, with the best of what they've got in their toolbox. Because we all have different toolboxes in life. We have our own different emotional toolboxes with how we respond and how we go about life. And why we wish sometimes we could just grab our family, kind of shake them and be like, I wish you did this differently. They also have their own process and their own journey. But one thing you can do, yes, Lindsay, I think, is giving your mum the space to heal is really beautiful. And showing up in a way that helps her, but also showing up in a way that is beneficial for you too, right? I feel like these beliefs and these obligations that you have to do everything for your family. You have to sort of really throw everything on the line for your family, that you really have to lay everything down, and there's a lot of sacrifice around family. And this is a belief that can be held on for different generations. This can be because of different wars. Different family members went off to war to literally protect and save their family, and they're willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. And human history has this long lineage, a long timeline of wars. So this can get tied up into different group consciousnesses and different beliefs that get passed down. There's these old beliefs of like mothers having to put their children first and do everything for their children. So when it comes into family, we can end up having all these subconscious beliefs within us, and our family members can have this within us, where we feel like we have to sacrifice everything for them, that we have to lay everything on the line, and that we have to put them first, and that we kind of have to drop everything to go to their beck and call. And while it is very maybe kind and beautiful and generous, it's not necessarily super beneficial for everyone involved, if that makes sense. It is possible to have kindness and to have compassion and to have support and to give and to contribute and to have generosity with your family without having to have the sacrifice there, and without having to put them first, and without having to put yourself at such a detriment for their benefit. So I would love to do some belief work with you guys, if that is okay. Hello Morgan, welcome. Nice to have you here. All right, the first belief that I'm being guided to shift for you guys is that I am obligated to sacrifice for my family. If you'd like to release this one, say yes. And let's replace it with the free will and the choice that you each have to give and to contribute to your family as you choose to do. If you'd like to receive this, say yes. And can I please release you from any vows, oaths, or contracts that you have to drop everything for your family, that you have to put your family first, that you have to be completely tied to your family, and any of those beliefs and contracts and obligations on that deep subconscious level, that you have to give everything over to your family, you have to give them all your money, that you have to give them all your time, that you have to heal for your family, that you have to be responsible for your family, that you have to take on all their problems, that you have to wear their problems as your own, and that you have to take on their beliefs as your beliefs. And that you have to have these beliefs in place, and that you have to believe what they want to be, you have to be who they say you want them to, who they say you have to be in order to receive love, support, and belonging. Let's clear all of that out on all levels, your mind, body, spirit, soul. Release that completely and replace it with the true understanding and definition of connection, family, responsibility, and understanding, and also love. And with our, excellent, we've got lots of yeses there, fantastic. Nice. I see some sighs of relief with this one. Would you like to know that you always have free will with how you connect and interact with your family? That you get to choose how you participate, and you get to choose who you are for them in many regards. And what I mean by this is you can choose to have different boundaries in place. You can choose how you interact with them. You can be like, yes, like mum or dad or whoever, I can do this for you. I can pick this up for you. I can drop this off. I'm happy to cook this for you. I'm happy to, let's have Christmas at my place. That's fine. I love that. However, I'm not available for this, the yada, yada, yada. And then, sometimes it does, I know some people have, different family dynamics. Some families can be a bit more needy, if that makes sense, or feels like your family is more needy than others. But at the end of the day, as I connect into all your families, I feel like they want what makes you happy. And sometimes we need to be honest with what makes us happy. And we can do so with kindness and with compassion. And we can, and it's for hang on, I'm getting my tongue tied a little bit here. Sometimes the best thing that we can do for our family is take care of ourselves. Because when you think about all your loved ones, sometimes you can sit there and you can fret and worry about them because maybe they're not taking care of themselves, or they're just too giving, or they're too giving, or they're too kind, and to a point where it causes them harm. And that can cause stress and worry for you, right? When you think about different family members, you're like, oh man, such and such, they just put so much on the line, and they're just not the best at saying no, and they just run themselves into the ground to make everyone else happy. And sometimes we can each have those patterns in place, but if we're doing things that is causing our family stress and worry, it's not really doing anyone a great service. So for most of us, sometimes the best thing we can do is take care of ourselves in such a way that our family can sleep easy knowing that we are okay. So would you like to know that your family wants what's best for you? They want you to be joyous. They want you to be happy. They want you to be healthy, and they want you to be thriving in life. And would you like to know what it feels like to be able to see that in the way in which they communicate it? Because everyone kind of communicates that in so many different ways. And if you'd like to receive that, say yes. All right. Hi, Meg. Welcome. Nice. Thank you for sharing your experience with boundaries, Lindsay. I'll just read out what Lindsay wrote. She said, at first, I experienced some pushback against communicating my boundaries, but sticking to them respectfully yet firmly has been so worth it. Yeah, I totally agree. Sometimes it can be a bit of an adjustment period because our families might be used to us maybe having some type of role within the family, and when if that's a role that maybe you felt obligated to do in the past, but maybe you want to shift it, maybe things have changed, life changes, and it's no longer for your highest and best, and maybe it's taking more out of you than it is helping other people. That's when putting those different boundaries out there, sometimes it can be a little bit of a new experience at first, but it can be so worth it. And Lindsay, would you like to know what it feels like? And for all of you, would you like to know what it feels like to communicate with your family with love and kindness, and to be heard and have your intention heard, and know that when you're speaking with your family, it is coming from that place of love and respect for them, and that they can hear that in your words and in your tone? If you'd like to receive this, say yes. All right. I feel like there is beliefs with some of you, or in the group consciousness, that there's that pressure to be who your family wants you to be. Sometimes this can be very unspoken, or sometimes it can be spoken, that, you know, who you identify as and who you want to be and how you pursue your life is different than what maybe your family had in mind for you. And this can go the other way too, like when, you know, you're maybe hanging out with your parents or a certain family member and you're like, oh man, I just wish you would do this, or I wish you would do that. And you know, we all see these bright possibilities for each other, we see these bright futures for each other, and we sometimes just color in these futures for each other that we want each other to live. And but it's maybe not what the other person wants. You know, we all each have the choice in how we want to live our lives. And, you know, sometimes we can fall in love with like, oh man, if only they did this, or if only, you know, you and your parents or someone in your family could be like, oh, if only you did this, you're so good at this, you should be doing this. But, you know, in your heart of hearts, it's not what you want. And respectively, maybe what you want for your family in their heart of hearts isn't what they want, or maybe it's not where they're at with their spiritual progression, or their own self-development. For many of you guys here, and for many of my clients, sometimes we can be the first ones in our family to do self-development work. Maybe we're the first ones in our family for many, many generations that has done self-development work. So all of a sudden you've got a whole bunch of new tools in your toolbox and how you handle everyday life. You've worked through your triggers, you've worked through a whole bunch of different things, and now as you approach life, you have all these new, like, beautiful, healthy ways in which to handle things, and you're creating life and you're manifesting life in new ways. And sometimes you just really wish your family had that, but maybe they're going down a different trajectory and they respond to things in different ways. And it can be so freaking frustrating, but it's also their free will. While we can each inspire and encourage people in our lives to go down different routes and to try different things, it is ultimately their free will. So, would you like to know what it feels like, and that's possible, to have your free will respected, and what it feels like to respect other people's free will? If so, say yes. And with this free will comes a lot of understanding, tolerance, love, and acceptance. And would you like to know what it feels like to have that for your family, and for your family to have that for you, just to create that space? If so, say yes. Because as we go through life, we all go through different unique experiences, and some experiences can be really joyous and fun and exciting, and sometimes we can go through these tough learning experiences. And it comes down to having that understanding and that respect and that tolerance for our family members to go through that, you know, experience that they're going through, how they choose to go through it, whether they're choosing to do it consciously or subconsciously. It's a sort of interesting space holding that we do for our nearest and dearest. And, you know, we always want the best for them, right? We always want them, as they want the best for us. But it's sort of also allowing that space for them to go through what they need to go through in the way that they want to go through it. Even if we know that there's a better way. And that's a two-way street, right? Our family can be like, no, why are you doing it this? Do that. And then you're like, no, mom, dad, do this, this, this. And it can be this really interesting thing. But at the end of the day, we're all different. We're all having our own unique experiences and going through our own life trajectories. So we're going to go through things differently. We're going to go through things with the different tools in our toolbox, and we're going to approach things in different ways. And what it takes for all of us is that tolerance, that understanding, and that respect for them to go through their journey. We can offer support, we can offer kind words, we can offer, you know, encouragement, we can try and be inspiring. We can maybe offer like, hey, have you ever thought about this? Or would you like some help with problem solving? But really, in the end of the day, we have to respect what they're going through and how they're choosing to go through it, as we ask them to do that of us as well. Ooh, time has flown. I did promise that we would do a forgiveness exercise. This is a beautiful, beautiful exercise for us to release any old emotions, feelings, baggage, and stuff that we've felt towards our family. And it's just a nice way to energetically release it through your mind, body, soul, and spirit, so it can create space for you to perhaps craft a more expansive, beautiful relationship with your families. All right, for this exercise, you just need to sit, get nice and cozy, take a deep breath in, and close your eyes. I'm connected to each of you energetically, and I'm witnessing. So imagine that you are in this beautiful ball of white light. It's a pure love energy, and it's surrounding you on all sides, and it has you feeling safe and protected. As you are in this beautiful ball of white light, there is no fear or judgment, just safe, supportive, loving environment. This is a pure love of all that is, that beautiful source, universal energy, the creator of all it is. Now, as you sit in this ball of white light and arrive in this moment, let's do a forgiveness exercise, shall we? Now, imagine that you're sitting in front of a big, beautiful mirror. And as you look, actually can't. Sorry, I'm getting my tongue tied. Sorry about that. Imagine that okay, sorry everyone. Okay, let's get you back in that beautiful ball of white light. All right, take a deep breath in and relax. Now imagine that you're sitting in front of one of your family members that you would like to create a deeper, more expansive connection with. Imagine they're sitting right in front of you. Now, mention and speak to them energetically about everything that you may be upset about, that you're feeling anger or resentment or disappointment over. Just spend a few moments just to get off your chest everything that you want to say to them about how they've made you feel, any times that you felt unjust, annoyed, frustrated, unheard, unseen, any of those. Speak that all to this family member now, and I'll hold space for you. Just let everything come off your chest, out of your mind, out of your throat. Get really honest with them, with everything that you need to get off your chest. And when you've completed this, when you've said everything that you need to say with them, how do you feel? How have they responded? And in this moment, I invite you to say, I forgive you. I invite you to release everything that you've felt, release everything that you've experienced, and just allow the forgiveness to come through. Know that you've been heard. Know that everything that has come off your chest now, and say, I forgive you. And witness what happens once you say, I forgive you. Do they disappear? Do they give you a hug? Do they sigh? In forgiving, you allow space for a new chapter. You allow space for something different to happen. You allow space for new. And you also allow yourself to let go of these heavy emotions that are, not maybe the most healthy or helpful to hold on to. It allows you to get on with your day, to create more beauty and joy in your life. So I invite you to say, I forgive you. And as you're doing that, I'll just send you extra love and support and forgiveness. And we'll teach you what forgiveness feels like through every cell of your body, and what it feels like to have that energetic release as you say, I forgive you. And while you're finishing up with this, I'd love to do an energy cleanse where all of these heavy emotions and everything that you just said to this family member, we'll cleanse all of those heavy emotions, feelings, thoughts out of your body, send them to the light and replace them with true understanding, compassion, love, and inner peace. In doing this, you know that the past is in the past, the lessons are completed, and that there's new possibilities as you step forward. There's new possibilities for new solutions, new connections, or just inner peace, if that's all you're after. Just go up to your Akashic records now and just mark and stamp all of your Akashic records complete with that energetic release, with that forgiveness, knowing that you've released this and that you can go forward creating something new in your life. All right, how are you each feeling? How are you each doing? Just let me know in the chat. How was that exercise for you guys? It can be quite interesting when you look at your family member and you see what you need to forgive them for and everything that comes up. It can be quite an interesting experience. How do you feel once you've gone through that? Let me know. For myself, I've personally done a lot of work with my family. For varying reasons, or when I do a lot of inner work for myself, is for my own personal and professional development. So much family stuff comes up. It's very, very normal. We all have a lot of family history, and we do need to release and let go and restructure and relearn and understand and delve deeper into what's sitting there. And usually it's all sitting there because it's teaching us something, we're learning something from it, and it's showing it, it has some type of purpose. Sometimes we're learning strength or resilience. Sometimes we're learning to speak up. Sometimes we're learning to speak our truths. Other times we're learning, compassion and understanding and tolerance. Sometimes these lessons aren't the easiest. Sometimes they can come with a lot of annoyance and stress and frustration and feel like you're sort of banging your head against the wall. But at the end of the day, we do walk away with new wisdom and new understanding, and everything that we inherit from our family and that we experience from our family is designed to give us new and deeper wisdom. This is on like a deep spiritual level and a deep sort of subconscious level. And would you like to know, just to finish things off, that you do belong, that you are loved, and you're meant to be here, right now, and that the world needs you and the world wants you here for who you are and what you have to share. If this is something you'd like to receive, say yes. And sometimes, as much as we try our connection with our biological family isn't what we want it to be, and that is okay. You know, our biological family has helped us get us to where we are. They've helped us learn what we're here to learn, and they've set us up for our soul purpose and our soul mission. And you know, sometimes that has been a joyous ride and sometimes it hasn't been. But there is a lot of wisdom that can be taken from it all. And just remember that as you go forward through life, that you get to choose how you interact with your family, and you also get to choose your chosen family too, right? You know, family can be such a big thing. You know, family can be our biological family, and it can also be those friends that we hold so dear to our heart that they feel like family. So yeah, there's lots of different ways. This was sort of just scratching the surface. Yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling and how you're going. I know family is such a big topic. If stuff has come up and you want to reach out and have a chat, like, please do let me know. I'm here to help and support you. And yeah, feel free to rewatch this video if there's different things that you're wanting to release at different times as life goes on. It was wonderful sharing this space with you, and I do apologize for that bit of that glitch. I got my tongue tied with that process of forgiveness, so I do apologize. The one where you sit in front of a mirror is a self-forgiveness exercise, so I do apologize. I will be taking a break next week for the holidays, giving myself a bit of time off, and I'll be back doing my weekly group energy healings on January 7th. Well, it was lovely to have you all here, and I hope you have a beautiful holiday season, and I look forward to seeing your faces soon. Thank you.